Hi everybody, this is Jesse Blue from Ergo Instruments. I just wanted to take a little bit of time and make a video here to show you how the bass strings go on these basses. Much easier than some of the solutions that I've seen on the internet. First thing that I do, I'm going to go rather quickly here. The first thing that I do is mark a spot somewhere between the nut and the tuner with a Sharpie. I usually do somewhere about halfway. And I just mark all the way around with this Sharpie. I'm just rolling the string. And then you'll want to hold it with something. Now I happen to use this little stamp set, which is the same stamp set that I use to stamp the serial numbers on the backs of these, and I just pop the string in just like that and it holds it just fine. Just solder iron. You can get a little $6 job at Radio Shack. And of course the rule number one, heat your work, not the solder, but you do need a little bit on the iron to get started. And you see, that's all it takes. Try to hold your breath when the smoke's coming at your mouth. You don't really need to be breathing in molten lead fumes. And I give it a couple extra seconds to get it to penetrate the outer wraps. What that does is keep the solder from, the solder keeps the outer wrap from coming apart whenever we're holding it. Now I've already done this one, sort of a pre-solder, just to save a step, because that needs to cool before you go to handle it. And I hold the string at the spot where the tuner is, and I give it another couple of inches. And I clip it. Cat likes this part. And then, there's a little bit of fuzz there. Then I just carefully grab the outermost wrap. There we go. And I hold it right there. I just pinch it with my right hand and I don't really let go of that. Snagged on something. There we go. And from there, you just pull. Isn't that pretty? A friend of mine showed me this when I was 12 years old. He had a guitar and he used to pull the outer winding of the strings off. But as you see, all I'm doing is pulling my hands apart. And then I have one more inner wrap that I like to remove just because it's a copper color on this particular string. And I just got to get it started. Notice again, I'm not letting go on this side. I got a little gunk on my fingernail from working all day. There we go. Got it started. You can also, just to show you, I use my hands, I got calluses, but if you're worried about cutting your fingers, just pair of needle nose pliers, oops, pair of needle nose pliers will do the job just fine. Here we go. As you see, this is just coming right off. Easiest thing in the world. And again, I'm still pinching here just in case the wraps wanted to let go, but I've never had that happen. That's just a little bit of an insurance thing that I do. So I don't want to have to scrap a string over this. Clip the outer wraps, just a little pair of pliers, nothing too special here. Pop this string on. This one's a 4-string, so it goes around the other way, even though you turn it the same way to tune it. A little wrap and we crank it back up. Oops. Just take a second here. There we go. Now, for those of you who missed it, this is the E string. This is the one we soldered just a minute ago. It's now cool enough to touch. You don't want to burn your hand. You won't hold on to it for long if it's still too hot. Clip that. And once again, I'm just going to show you. This one has, I think, 3 wraps on it. Get that first one going. Sometimes the one underneath will come with it. I'll break it and just pull it all the way to the end. And then you start on the next one. Really simple. Unravels. There we are. And last one. There we go. And again, we just clip it. Give the cat something to play with for a minute. Do pick that up though, because if you do have cats, they can choke on those. I'll let her play with it for a minute till I get finished here. And then you just crank it on up just like the other one. And that's all there is to it. Thanks everybody.